What's going on? It's your boy Major 88 Keys. We back with another episode of Top Shot Tuesday. I'm gonna let my boy to my left introduce himself because he got a lot going on. You know what I'm talking about? What's going on, man? Talk your shit.
It's mostly my weight that's going on, but y'all know me. It's your boy Digi. Can't say my tagline because we kind of keep it PG-13.
Ooh, okay.
But tell your grandmama to call me.
Tell your granny to call him. Boy, you funny, man. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing well, man. You know it's a good day in Atlanta. Oh, wait. It's not Atlanta. Anyway,
we not gonna have that discrepancy.
Right. Over here in Decatur,
yeah.
You know.
Hey, it's 285. So see, we still in Atlanta.
This still perimeter. We still touching 285.
Yeah,
right
as long as you still 285, it's Atlanta. I don't care what you're talking about. Yeah. But for the people that may not know what you do, let them know what it is that you do and how long you've been doing it.
Retired rapper. Y'all may know me from LOB. Yeah, man, stand-up comedian, videographer, video editor, podcaster, podcast producer, actor, filmmaker. You know, I try to do anything in entertainment.
I like it.
Yeah, y'all remember me from Man vs. Food, me and my twin brother. We won. Food did not.
He said, we won. Food did not. I know that's right, man. Okay. Hey, my man got a long list on the resume, man. What don't you do at this point, man?
Simp.
Okay. And that is, man. Now, let's see, man. So, you named off so many things that you do, and I'm already knowing that you're doing well. You know, you wouldn't have named them. But what is the main thing that kind of is kind of keeping the wheels turning right now?
Oh, right now, definitely podcast production, and my comedy.
Okay.
I'm trying to go slow filmmaking so I perfect these scripts I got right now. Okay. Because we're filming them in-house.
Oh no, that's the best way to
do it. Casting
them
in-house.
Hey man, I'm all for it. That's the best way.
I'm trying to do something new for Atlanta, but as far as comedy, I'm down here at Atlantucky Brewing. Yeah. You know, owned by the Nappy Roots.
Okay. Shout out to the Roots.
Yes, sir. And I run a comedy night, trivia night, karaoke night. We trying to make this like one of the biggest comedy stages in Atlanta, if not the biggest. Because
so comedians tap in. Y'all need to tap in with my boy. He gonna get y'all together. That's a platform right here.
Because LA got the Laugh Factory, LA got Comedy Store, they got Improv, whatever. And Atlanta got honorable mentions. Okay. Like, no disrespect to Uptown Atlanta Comedy Theater, but they're not known outside of Atlanta like that.
Exactly. Right.
We're trying to get something that goes down in the history of comedy. When people say they went to Atlanta, they touched here.
They gotta come through. Mm-hmm. That's deep. I like that, man. So, like I said, comedians tap in so y'all can get on this platform. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can take off with them. You know what I'm saying? So let's see, man. So you said also the podcasting. What's the podcasting about?
I have a few podcasts. My personal one's a quick convo with Digi. That's just my pet. You know, like how a nigga got. Sorry. Yeah. How a person has his car that they work on, a little pet project, and it's basically just this: me doing this with other people. But then I have the smoke battle, the game show where you don't win expletive. It's the game show who rolls the best, you know, smoking device. Okay. It might be CBD. It's gonna be Delta 8, legal stuff only, just for calming. But and one of my favorite podcasts that I do is Oh Here We Go.
Now what's that about?
It's 5 comedians in a room, almost like Teen Summit, just discussing what it is to be a comedian and this community things we need to work on in Atlanta. Okay.
A little bit more, I guess, like a little serious, or you know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's like 3 shows then?
Yeah, 3 shows.
Oh, okay. And you running and operating all 3.
Yeah.
And editing them too?
Editing them too. I'm the co-host of Smoke Battle, but it's both of our projects.
Right. Man, hey, that man working. Hey, that's what, when you controlling your content, man, you gotta all hands in.
Definitely.
Nah, that's dope, man.
I got T-Rex arms, so
it's like, look, you know, I feel you. So So like what so let's talk about the smoke room. So of course so what's that all entail, like with the smoke room?
Smoke
battles, yeah.
Well, we have people of all walks in life, creatives, politicians. It doesn't matter. If you're doing something and you got some community efforts going, we have you come on. Because most people, the way that cannabis culture is in Atlanta and outside of Atlanta, it's growing and growing and growing. We're taking a more positive outlook.
It's always, and that's the thing. It should have always had a positive outlook. It's just, of course, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna keep it one Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the drugs that they was able to black. I mean, you know what I'm saying? A lot of
black people.
Yeah, blacks and the Mexicans. You know
we're gonna be 100 because marijuana till 1920 prohibition, 1919, it was legal. But then they started associating it with black jazz singers and who they call vipers because they hit the inhale and then like start saying devil music and then it'll make you rape white women and stuff like that.
Stuff that's like, where do y'all find this?
That's why when like older black people be like, marijuana bad. I'm like, you remember the campaign they used at first to make marijuana bad? It made you look like a wild animal. You grandmother, you grandfather, you auntie and uncle. The reason they say marijuana is bad is because it makes you a wild animal. Are you a wild animal? No. Then you shouldn't listen to any propaganda. You should know it's all fake based off just that.
No, big facts. Because, that definitely didn't make no sense in, you know what I'm saying, trying to portray something that's so bad, but then yet something like weed is something that's turning the financial coin of
this whole country right now. But then we can't get out of prison though.
Come on. That's
a whole nother discussion.
That's a whole nother episode that we'll have to bring y'all. But that's dope, man. I like that, man. I like the so let's touch on the other thing, the comedy. Let's touch on the comedy.
Well, with comedy, I miss the heyday of comedy, the hip hop days of comedy.
Okay.
Back in the 90s, the 80s, even the 60s, 70s, we had Rich and Red Fox.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor didn't care what he said in front of those people.
Comedy
no
was
matter
still
what
funny.
race.
Comedy was real.
Yeah. He gonna tell you, he gonna invite you into his life. And not just them, like, even female comedians as black people could be themselves back in the day and be funnier. Everything's PC now. And I, for one, want to go on record and say I love black women. I support them the most. I don't support the evils anybody does.
Right.
So if I call them out, it's because I see something wrong.
Right.
Just because you see it's right don't mean I see it as right. And that's where a lot of us disagree. And they'll take that as you hate black women. No, I hate some of the stuff you do.
Right.
All in total, y'all are the best creatures on this damn planet.
Right. I will back that with you, brother.
Yes. But with comedy, I want to give exposure to more people who just don't care, who not trying to be PC, who more women.
Bring that edge back. That edge to comedy, because that's the real funny comedy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with and I ain't gonna name no names, but the commercial comedy. There's nothing wrong with it, but that commercial comedy kind of only hits a certain ceiling of funny. Yeah,
it's only meant for Conan. It's only meant for talk shows. Other than that, you should be yourself, be as edgy and raunchy as possible, because that's what black comedy was and will forever be.
Yes.
That's what we get the most.
We're going to always keep talking about our uncle.
Exactly. Queens can be queens and just be themselves, where men can just, hey, this is what I'm thinking. It might not be correct. It might not be PC. You can correct me, but this is what I'm thinking. When you can uplift each other and still make fun of each other, like nobody left Def Comedy Jam talking about Martin roasted me. I don't never be
right, or it wasn't never no reported shootings and killings.
Exactly, because everybody in their feelings. Because the PC culture has made it okay for everybody to be in their feelings.
Nah, that's a fact.
Man up.
No, right. It's just a joke. You better laugh. Like, boy, you been called worse.
You been called worse, boy, girl, anything. Like, you realize maybe 60 years ago, we couldn't vote.
Come on.
60 years ago, we couldn't sit at a lunch table. We couldn't use the bathroom. And then y'all sensitive? If somebody don't call you the right pronoun, sir?
Ma'am?
You better shut up.
No, that's real though, because when you look at it in that context, you know, people just really don't understand how, like, when you bring that type of dialogue into the conversation, it kind of makes the other side looks bad.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's the part that don't know about. Like, people want to alter history versus really writing history.
Exactly. like I can't make a joke about somebody ODing on fentanyl, but somebody can go OD on fentanyl. That's my thing. Like a musician can talk about it all day. I'm like no, I'm not going to be held to a standard just because I'm the only one on the mic and it's quiet and ain't no beat. No. As a comedian, allow me to tell my jokes, no matter who I offend. Like,
right? Because last time I checked, wasn't that part of the freedom of speech? One of the, you know what I'm saying? Ain't it constitutional?
That's all I'm saying. Like, no.
Kind of, sort of.
No. I studied politics and went to school for law.
It's a little,
The freedom of speech protects you from the government.
Yeah.
I can still punch you in the mouth.
Touche.
I told somebody that. They're like, I got freedom of speech from the government. I'm going to kill you. You keep talking, I'm going to kill you.
Like you said, like, that's from the government. He ain't lying. That is definitely like, yeah, you can say that with the government, but when you cross over this side of 285,
his hands over here. Some real. I can look at this guy and tell he got a right hook that you don't want to mess with.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying?
My dog got grades.
Because people be over here suing you now. They want to sue you.
Bro, look, I got money. I got money set to the side for that. When I'm famous, that's my plan. I'm gonna have a whole fund.
Sue me
it's called
fund.
I Just Beat Somebody Up. Sue Me Fund. Yes, because I'm like trying to be the baby of comedy.
I'm like this, like, hold on, man, like this, like, hey, man, go grab that from the Sue Me Fund,
right?
Because they going, and I knew he was gonna sue him. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew that.
Sue the baby.
Oh, he gonna win.
He's not gonna win because if you watch that video, like, hey, bro, look,
man, it's an angle that shows it. He was never the aggressor.
He was in my bubble.
He's definitely.
It's 2022. You can say that now.
But you know what? We'll be able to. Because I see loopholes for both sides.
Yeah, you came here with aggression. You came here looking for me.
All of his stuff that he talked about before that moment. Oh, when I see him and if I woo, like all of that will be into accounted. So,
and that's what because I said that plenty of times about like even with the King Von situation. If you're a known killer and I see you coming at my homie, I'm gonna kill you. So that's just it. Like if you're a known killer, you've been talking all the woo. We know you got bodies. If you coming at my homie, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Period. And his baby security did what they were supposed to do. I don't think you joking. Why would I think you joking? You don't say that too much.
I'm a multi-million-dollar person.
Ain't no jokes about my life and my well-being.
That's real. That's facts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I do sometimes think he take things a little overboard, especially to have security.
I mean, he's Southern.
I know.
So we don't even like security. We'd rather be our own security. You heard Pooh Shiesty?
Mm-hmm.
I have my own file. I don't need security in the club.
Nah, for real.
Because that's just the man in us. Like, I'm going to protect myself, my family, my friends, the people around me, my daughter, my son, my wife. Everybody's going to be protected. That's a Southern man. And y'all got to understand, he only been famous 2-3 years, y'all. Right. He's still not used to this. If it was 4 years ago and you rolled up on the baby, he doing the same thing he doing now. he don't call the body in Walmart. Y'all better chill.
Just chill. Right, just chill. So, man, like, when we didn't touch on the comedy, we didn't touch on your podcast, we didn't touch on the battle, the rolling of the battle wars and everything like that.
Smoke battle.
I mean, it's not a battle. It's
smoke battle.
Oh, this is a smoke battle. So matter of fact, how is this battle like ran? Like how do we battle?
Oh, I'm gonna hit your whatever you rolled up,
mm-hmm.
and if it ain't hitting the way it's supposed to be hitting, I'm gonna let you know.
Mm-hmm.
We vote. It's 2 judges. Whoever we go with, who did the best. And most of the time we forget because we be so enthralled in the actual conversation of things.
And, you know, that's common to happen. I can see that. I can see that organically happening, you know, not on purpose.
Especially when we're trying to give game to these young kids out here, it's more important.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if it's a show where we're trying to teach you something, we're going to let the lesson bring out over the cannabis any day.
Yeah, because people not getting, like I think my generation was like the last generation to have like OGs.
And mentors.
Yeah, like everybody kind of like after me, my little homies, they look more so look up to me as their OG big homie. And it was like, it really wasn't like that. It was like somebody that was really older than you. really positioning you as that OG. But now it's like, if you could position a mug, you consider to be an OG because you can position somebody. You know
and a lot of us was more cognitive than the generation before and after us, to the point where we'd be like, you are OG. You giving me all these good advice and everything, but you don't even take care of your kids. So we started pushing the OGs away. Like, if you're doing something that my pop's doing, you're doing the same thing. Why would I even look at you as an OG? You're not putting nothing back into the community, but you're an OG. You telling me how to get money, but then I see what you're doing with your money. You getting the old school. You getting the chain. You being flashy. And a lot of our OGs, for the worst part, bought a house and left. They left the hood and didn't come back. Next time you saw them, they was running for school, city council, and that's not just in my town. That's
abroad. I feel that.
Like in the 90s, OGs started getting that let's move to the suburb mentality, and they left. And then they was also deadbeat fathers and stuff like that. And we're a generation, like, we refuse it. We refuse to be deadbeat fathers. We refuse to leave. We'll buy a house right next to our grandmama house in the hood still, and keep that property instead. It ain't working out well because of all these out-of-town developers buying up everything in major cities, because y'all didn't want to be in the inner city. It was too much glass and piss everywhere. But now
look. Like you said, they buying it up and putting whatever they want to and moving the folk they want to move in them things. And
poisoning our people. Like I was telling him earlier, I have no problem with whole music. Slut music. I'm a slut. I'm a hoe. That's fine, if you want to call it that. But like the way that we're perpetuated in the mainstream, our women are perpetuated as like Meg Thee Stallion being the most important woman in the city girls and stuff like that. That comes from the oppressor and the oppressive brand of feminism and everything that they push on our women to try to separate us, because we have leading geneticists and scientists that are all black women. People innovating the world, but we celebrate ones that pop their booties more. And that doesn't come from our community. That comes from the outside influence on our community.
Right, because if y'all didn't want that image portrayed, y'all would shut it down.
Yeah, but if you don't have the power to shut it down, then then they just conform.
True. But I think that's more so coming from, like you said, like, that's what they're choosing to, you know what I'm saying, allowed to be put in the forefront and celebrate. Like you said, they'll celebrate that more over.
Like, we just had a cross country skier or no ice skater. I'm bad for that, but in the Olympics,
right,
first black woman to ever win this event. She hasn't even been training 2 or 3 years, and she's better than everybody else. And we only celebrated that for 5 seconds. Because you know why? The same night, Meg put up a twerk video, and it went viral.
Hey, that's not just our culture, but just culture. Because as you see, even other cultures are so in tune with the black culture as entertainment.
And then they're showing you what they see you as. They're gonna promote the more sexual stuff because they see y'all as sex objects.
I was just talking about that, man. And artistry, even in artistry modes, kind of tailor themselves to be more sexy. Men too, like they tailor this sexy.
They're not finna. Tyler Perry, none of them finna put me on screen because of how I look. They'll even have an ugly, busted, fat, beautiful black queen on their movie playing opposite to the most hyper attractive black man ever. Yep. They'll still represent ugly women, but it will not represent regular men in Hollywood at all if you're black. You have to be hyper attractive. You have to be over 6 feet. You have to have these abs.
No, in fact.
And that's the mainstream of what women think they're supposed to date too. Like, somebody was discussing, this feminist was discussing with me how adult films have changed men's perspective on sexuality. And I was like, it's changed y'all too. Y'all think everybody's supposed to walk in with 13. Like, no. It's changed y'all perspective too. But like I'm not complaining about Meg. She's a beautiful, talented person. But they've treated you into being their sexual puppets thinking that it's your sexual liberation, and it's not.
It's not. No, man. I tell you this, man. We done gave the people so much insight, so much gems, so much knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, y'all got y'all notebook and paper, or you could just, you know what I'm saying, rewind that thing. You know what I'm saying? Slide your finger, cause we ain't got the TVR. You know what I'm saying? That's everything. We new age. You know what I'm saying? For y'all that got VCR, cut it out.
What's a VCR?
Oh, I know VR. Look, they go
right. I know VR. What's a VCR? Somebody asked me if my car had a CD player. I was like, "What's a CD?" Got Bluetooth.
It's a custom. People start making them new. I think it's a custom device.
Yeah, custom device. Yeah, it's like, Kanye just dropped one.
Yeah. That's a CD.
That's CD. Yeah.
That's how they do it. They make it make sense real quick.
Nothing makes sense these days.
Nothing, man. But man, I appreciate this interview, man. It's been definitely entertaining. I've learned a lot. I know the people learned a lot, man. Let the people know where they can follow you and tap in with your social media or any of your shows and platforms.
You can follow me on Digital Pink Productions. That's Instagram, Fanbase, and TikTok.
Cool.
And for my personal page, you told me keep it PG. Funny ass Digiganics. That's my page.
That's the page. Follow it.
But yeah, man, come see me on Thursday nights at Atlantucky Brewing. Come support some Black brothers brewing beer in a non-Black dominated territory. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, these great guys are back there making the beer themselves and serving the beer, and you never think that these guys have Grammys. How just humble they are. So yeah, man, hit me up, bro. And you can come see me at 2222 Film House. Y'all already know what the business is. I'm here every day.
Yep. And then there it is, man. Hey, y'all know where to find me at on Instagram, official major 88 kids. Hey, and we up out this thing. This is another episode of Top Shot Tuesday, and we out. It's that splat.